Just before I started this video, I had that pillow sitting there nice and pretty, and then Lucy decided she was going to relax in it. Oh well. Our nervous system is made up of the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. Today we're going to talk about the central nervous system. Simply put, the central nervous system is the brain and spinal cord processing. This system controls most of our functions in the body and mind. Our brain is where we think. It controls our body movement and interprets what is occurring in our environment, like the puppy choosing to get in the chair. However, without our spinal cord in good working condition, the exchange between our brain and body is disrupted. In the medical community, pain is usually considered a problem in the peripheral system. In fibromyalgia, there isn't a consensus on peripheral activity, but instead, the central nervous system appears to be the culprit for our chronic pain. In advanced neuroimaging studies, enhanced activation in specific areas of the brain have been found in people with fibro. These brain areas have paved the way for more studies on the brain to understand better the central augmentation of pain sensitivity and fibro. Augmentation is the process of becoming greater or larger. I put a link to a study on this in the description. It is believed that there are defects in pain modulation in the central nervous system, which certainly makes sense. In healthy people, there's an analgesic effect on pain. That is, our central nervous system finds a way to relieve our pain. In fibro, however, defects have been found. We have reduced levels of serotonin, which help regulate our attention, behavior, and body temperature. It also regulates our digestive process, blood flow, and breathing. It makes sense why so many of us have IBS and are sensitive to heat and cold temperatures. Also, I know that I get out of breath easily, like just from carrying in groceries or pulling weeds in my yard. In addition, many researchers use the term central amplification of pain perception. Most notably, they may say that our pain processing volume is turned up too high. In the spinal cord, there are neurotransmitters in the cerebrospinal fluid that help facilitate pain transmission. In fibro, these are in abundance. Substance P is one of those neurotransmitters that are too high in patients with fibro. One way found to decrease the levels of substance P was through getting a massage. Do you love getting massages? I know I do. But I've heard of some people with fibro who don't enjoy massage. So we have to find a way that works best for us, don't we? The levels of neurotransmitters that inhibit or calm down pain are decreased. Although some people with fibro can pinpoint a trigger for their fibro, it's only one part of a complex cause. It's possible that an abnormal neuroendocrine system or autonomic nervous system functioning contributes to the development of central sensitivity. Also, stress can play a huge role in developing fibro. Long-term stress, especially early in life, may play a role, as well as a history of abuse or neglect. However, I don't want to dwell on that in this video because many of us didn't experience these kinds of negative experiences in life. But let's talk about cortisol. It's a stress hormone, and our body's built-in alarm system. It works with the brain to control motivation, mood, and fear. Adrenal glands make cortisol, and our brain senses whether we have the right amount of cortisol in the blood. If the level's too high, the brain adjusts how much cortisol is made. Under normal conditions, when you're stressed or in danger, the amount of cortisol increases. And when the danger is over, it goes back to a normal amount. In fibro, hypocortisolism is often found. That means that lower levels of cortisol are found in fibro patients compared to healthy individuals. It's posited that hypercortisolism, or too much cortisol, develops first, like from people who, let's say, have shoulder and neck pain, and then later develops into hypercortisolism with lower levels. And I put a link to an article about this below. Excitatory and inhibitory neurotransmitter transmission balance has been found in those who exercise. So exercise can help to reduce pain and fibro. This one was a difficult thing for me in my early days in fibro. I mean, how can you exercise when every muscle hurts with every move you make? But guys, we can't sit on our tail ends and let life pass us by. We gotta move. So please find ways to help your body move more freely. I have some stretching exercises on my Pinterest that you might find helpful. Although the central nervous system plays a huge role in fibro, evidence suggests the role of our peripheral nervous system, which is our autonomic and somatic nervous systems. But more on that in another video. The thing is, they all work together to make our body function its best. Lastly, long-term potentiation in the spinal cord and structural changes in the brain are key to understanding fibro. Lastly, long-term potentiation in the spinal cord and structural changes in the brain are key to understanding fibro. Long-term potentiation is when the synaptic connections between neurons in the brain become stronger when they are activated frequently, like when you learn to read. The more you read as a child, the stronger those synaptic connections get, and they become stronger. But this also explains why chronic pain persists. The activation of neurons increase and intensify, which explains why these pain perceptors don't turn off. Okay, that was a lot. So I'll end here. I hope you have enjoyed this brief explanation of what occurs in our brain and spinal cord and how other parts of the body interact with it. Do you have more questions? Please put them in the comments section below. Do you like this video? Please let me know. That would just be awesome. I send gentle hugs your way and blessings to you. Love you. Receptor. I'll say that again. Most notably, they may say that our brain in fibro, I gotta do that again. This system controls in fibromyalgia. There isn't a consensus. I hope you've enjoyed this brief explanation. Oh.